welcome. I'm Kritika Saxena and I'm coming to you from the NASSCOM India Leadership Forum 2017. NASSCOM, or NILF that it is often called as, is the holy grail of IT events where IT leaders and industry body NASSCOM, of course, comes together to congregate and discuss about the road ahead and the challenges that lie forward. This time around, there are plenty. For the first time ever, NASSCOM has stopped from giving a guidance for FY18. It will be giving its guidance next quarter. For the full year of FY17, they have, however, come in line with the 8 to 10% that they had guided, with a growth of about 8.7% on a constant currency basis. They are expecting to clock this at FY17. But here's what they believe as far as the demand environment is concerned and why they did not look at giving a guidance this time around.
I think that the uncertainties and the challenges which lie in the quantification, not in estimating the direction of change or the emerging scenario for the industry, which, as I said, is positive, and all the analysts indicate that it would be positive. Okay. But how it is panning out is something that we will need a little more time in the given situation, okay, especially because you have a new administration which is settling in.
That you have to take into account. Very quickly, last question. I've been talking to a few players over here. They seem to insist that 2017 will be better than 2016, and they agree that 2016 was perhaps one of the worst year for the Indian IT industry. Do you agree to that?
Well, I think I have said enough to indicate that the direction of change in terms of the demand appears positive. That's the prognosis. But there are various uncertainties which are at this stage not allowing either the client companies or us consequently to lock down the exact quantum of that change or what it means for the industry.
The entire IT sector is wary about what lies ahead as far as demand from the US is concerned after the new Trump administration has spoken about proposed visa cost increases, executive orders. There is a lot of uncertainties. Clients have hit the pause button. Listen in to what various leaders had to say about what lies ahead and their concerns.
Protectionism, like you rightly said, I think is in the increase, one way or the other. But I think if you look at demand from the customers in terms of services to be provided to them, whether it is in digital or whether it's for run the business, that is not abating at all. So demand continues to be strong. So I am very confident at an industry level, we'll figure out mechanisms by which we'll be able to still meet the needs of our customers. Increased US hiring, we set up a delivery center in Gainesville in Florida, we tied up with a couple of universities there. So we'll hasten that process if anything regime change brings in.
Well, I think our analysis shows it's going to be very minimal. And I'll tell you why. Because if you look at ESA bill, which takes salaries from 60,000 plus to 100,000, and you have to understand, since 1998, that adjustment has not taken place. So I think if there's an impact anywhere, Indian IT companies are creative enough, smart enough that they will move some more jobs offshore. My thinking is that the Indian IT companies should not be that worried and concerned about these two items coming out, because the impact will be very, very minimal.
And on that note, let's slip into a short break. But before we go, listen into what Mukesh Ambani had to say on what lies ahead for the Indian tech sector.
To my mind, data is the new natural resource. And fundamentally, you have to have a lot of people to generate data and use data. So in that sense, India is naturally blessed with its 1.3 billion people. Data in its raw form, right, is useful, but for it to have real value, it has to be processed into intelligence. And we are really at the beginning of that era where data is really the new oil, and India, just with its talent and young population in this natural resource, will have a competitive advantage. And I was telling them that actually Trump might be a blessing in disguise.
Why do you say that?
It will focus the Indian talent, it will focus the Indian IT industry to focus on solving problems in India.